Welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you've ever been involved in building or finishing a home, you know exactly how overwhelming it can be. Between sourcing the right materials, managing the suppliers, and just trying to track deliveries, it honestly often feels like a complete logistical nightmare. Well, today we're exploring the source material behind a platform that aims to completely change all of that. We're looking at Kemetro, a massive digital ecosystem designed specifically for the building and finishing industry.
Okay, let's dive into this roadmap. We're going to cover meeting the Kemetro ecosystem, the AI-powered buyer experience, zero-risk seller empowerment, the store coordinator opportunity, logistics and corporate solutions, and finally, building a sustainable future. But before we really get into the weeds here, I want you to think about something for a second. How do you calculate the exact amount of building materials you need without generating just massive amounts of waste or, totally overspending? It is the classic traditional nightmare of guessing material quantities in construction. Well, keep that question in the back of your mind because the answer lies entirely within Kemetro's proprietary technology.
All right, let's start with Section 1, Meet the Kemetro Ecosystem.
Kemetro isn't just some single digital store. It's a multi-seller marketplace operating across more than 30 countries. And to truly grasp the scale here, just look at this number, 2.5 million. That represents the massive community of targeted real estate prospects currently sitting in Kemetro's database. By bringing together millions of highly engaged prospects and thousands of verified sellers offering literally everything from cement to living room furniture, Kemetro anchors itself instantly on a truly global scale.
Moving right along to Section 2, the AI-powered buyer experience.
Shopping for a construction project really shouldn't feel like a calculus exam, right? And this brilliantly illustrates how Kemetro's proprietary ThinkDare AI model completely eliminates that guesswork. If you have a floor plan, the AI BOQ generator instantly calculates every single material needed with zero waste. Or, say you see a room design you really like, the Shop the Look feature lets you just tap the furniture right in the photo to find it in the marketplace. Meanwhile, the AI price match is working in the background, scanning thousands of sellers to surface the best possible price instantly.
Actually, my absolute favorite feature for buyers is the Chemikits Room-in-a-Box calculator. It is so incredibly intuitive. Step 1, you just pick a design you like from their gallery. Step 2, enter your room's dimensions. And Step 3, the system calculates the exact number of tiles, gallons of paint, and specific fixtures you're going to need, dropping them straight into your shopping cart. You literally go from an empty room to a fully loaded, precise materials list in seconds. It's a real game changer.
Buyers can also leverage the power of community through Kemetro Flash. This feature basically allows individual buyers to join group purchasing deals. So, by pooling their demand together, everyday retail customers can suddenly unlock wholesale pricing on premium building materials, prices that would normally be reserved for massive, big-time contractors.
Let's seamlessly pivot over to the supply side now. Section 3, Zero Risk Seller Empowerment.
If you're a manufacturer, a distributor, or even a local shop owner, Kemetro has built a really unique environment to get you online. So the crucial point here is this specific threshold, $12,000. Sellers pay absolutely zero fees to list their products and zero commission until they hit this exact threshold of $12,000 in sales. Kemetro covers all the marketing and the setup costs, completely demystifying the financial barrier to entry for small and large businesses alike. It basically functions as a 0% risk proposition. Now, once a seller does cross that $12,000 mark, the fee structure remains incredibly transparent and remarkably low. For local orders, the selling fee is just 1.7%. Payment processing is a standard 1%. And for international export orders, it's 5.5%. When you compare a 1.7% local fee to typical e-commerce marketplaces, which, often charge upwards of 10 to 15%, you can clearly see how this strategy builds immense trust and loyalty with traditional brick-and-mortar suppliers.
Oh, and get this, the platform actually rewards that loyalty directly. Sellers earn something called Kemecoin. For every single US dollar sold on Kemedar, the seller earns 1 Kemecoin in their digital wallet. And this isn't just some pointless digital badge. These coins can actually be redeemed for hard cash or even converted into shares of the Kemedar Corporation. It's an awesome fact that really highlights how Kemedar treats its sellers as true long-term partners.
Moving into Section 4, the store coordinator opportunity. Now, not everyone is buying or selling materials, obviously, but Kemetro has created a really fascinating opportunity for folks looking for a side hustle.
They call this role the store coordinator. Imagine you've got some decent computer skills. Maybe you're a university student, an office worker, or a homemaker. You can actually approach local hardware stores, plumbing shops, or ceramic dealers who have great inventory but absolutely no idea how to use the internet. You set up their Kemetro store, upload their products, and manage their incoming orders. In exchange, you get a contracted percentage of their sales. You're earning a legitimate income without ever owning a single piece of inventory yourself. Let's move to and see how this builds a truly effective mutual relationship. On one hand, you have the traditional seller who is completely missing out on digital revenue because they lack the tech skills. On the other hand, you have a tech-savvy store coordinator who has the skills but totally lacks the capital for inventory. Kemetro provides the contract and the platform to unite them, solving a major pain point for traditional merchants while generating real, accessible jobs.
All right, Section 5, Logistics and Corporate Solutions.
Look, it's one thing to click buy on a ton of steel rods, but how does all of this actually scale? Well, first off, they remove all the friction at the checkout line. Kemetro offers over 20 different payment methods. Whether a user wants to pay with cash on delivery for a local order, use cryptocurrencies, traditional bank transfers, PayPal, or the Xseed wallet, the platform completely accommodates them. It ensures that both local and global users can transact in whatever way they find most comfortable. And once that payment clears, Kemetro's logistics system takes the wheel. They've built this entire infrastructure where independent delivery drivers, owners of massive transport trucks, or even local motorcycle couriers can register on the platform. These logistics providers get a custom dashboard where they can see local shipping requests pop up and just claim them. This creates yet another layer of opportunity for gig workers and logistics companies to easily manage and profit from localized deliveries. And for the big players out there, Kemetro offers a dedicated corporate B2B account. Large organizations can consolidate their entire, often messy purchasing workflow into this one highly supported platform. They get a dedicated account manager, access to volume discounts, a streamlined procurement process, and custom product recommendations. It really does transform a chaotic supply chain into a clean, easy-to-use digital dashboard.
And that brings us to our final stop, Section 6, Building a Sustainable Future. Now, what's really interesting about this is how they handle the industry's massive waste problem, because Kemetro's impact goes far beyond just buying and selling new goods. Construction sites pretty much always have leftover materials, right? Extra tiles, unused cement, spare pipes. Well, Kemetro features a surplus and salvage eco-materials market. This allows users to list and buy those exact leftover materials from nearby sellers at up to 80% off. They're literally turning construction waste into a highly discounted, localized resource. This ties directly into the platform's strong ESG, environmental, social, and governance mission. There's actually an ESG impact tracker built right in. Every single time a surplus purchase is made, the system tracks the weight of the materials saved from landfills and calculates the tons of CO2 avoided. So you aren't just saving a bunch of money, you are actively tracking and reducing the construction industry's global carbon footprint.
So let's bring this whole shebang together and summarize our tour. Every piece we've discussed fits together perfectly, like a giant puzzle. The AI empowers buyers to purchase with absolute precision. The zero-fee thresholds and Kemetro rewards empowers sellers to join without risk. The store coordinators bridge that digital divide for traditional merchants, and the flexible payments and gig economy logistics ensure those materials actually get delivered efficiently. It is, for sure, a complete revolution of the real estate supply chain.
Which leaves us with one final, pretty provocative thought. Having seen how technology can eliminate waste, connect millions of buyers and sellers, and streamline logistics globally, will your next construction project be built on the stressful guesswork of the past, or will it be powered by the digital precision of Kemetro's ecosystem? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this gives you a whole new perspective on sourcing building materials.